So maybe talk through a couple of the environments you've been training in recently, Dave, and what you've been doing in those environments with your young dog who's out there learning all about it.
Yeah, I think you make a really good point. This view of socialization is something we really need to tackle because, as you rightly say, we don't need dogs running over to other dogs and people. And so I kind of say the environmentals also covers that sort of thing. So, at the moment, and certainly when you've got a new dog or a new puppy, a lot of the stuff, the kind of first steps for me would be done at home. So, games like Cardboard Chaos are really good, because you want the dog to start to learn and be aware of their body, and when they stand on things that are rocking or stand on things that are stumbling around, or there's a bit of noise when bowls are clanging. So I like to set up little kind of assault courses in the garden to start with. So I'd have their metal food bowls, I'd have like a ball pit, I'd have cardboard boxes, wobble boards, plant pots, and just get the dog basically moving around those different obstacles to start to make them more body aware, but also confident when they do stand on things that wobble. It's okay. And so that would be my starting point. And then once we've kind of built that confidence in an environment they know, I, I'd take them out. But this is the real key bit now, because I think sometimes people rush to take them everywhere, and not really consider what we're actually trying to achieve. So, I'll take the dog. Their first experience of going to a train station would be a quiet train station on a Sunday afternoon where there's not many people about, there's not many trains come in, so they can get used to going over the stairs, up the escalator, potentially if I'm picking them up the lift. There might be one train that comes past. Because if you suddenly take the dog to, I live in Birmingham, so if I suddenly took the dog to Grand Central in the centre of Birmingham with, stacks of people and stacks of trains and all these things going on, quite quickly you could put the dog in a position where they're going to have quite a bad experience. And what I always say for environmental exposure is you just want a neutral experience. You don't want it to be highly rewarding, but you don't want it to be, negative and punishing to them.